Every time you type into ChatGPT, you're handing over data. Your words, your questions, maybe your health concerns, your work problems, your personal decisions. And then in the Philippines, there's a law that's supposed to protect you from that. But here's the thing, it wasn't written for AI. The Data Privacy Act, Republic Act 10173, was signed into law in 2012. It's built on 8 core principles: transparency, legitimate purpose, proportionality, and more. Now on paper, that's pretty solid. But the National Privacy Commission, the actual agency tasked with enforcing it, wasn't even activated until 2016. That's 4 years. The law existed, but enforcement didn't. And now, more than a decade after the DPA was written, Filipino users are interacting daily with artificial intelligence platforms that were not even imagined when that law was drafted. We're talking about ChatGPT, Gemini, Meta AI. None of them are explicitly covered. So what's actually happening? People treat public artificial intelligence tools like private conversations. They type in medical questions, financial concerns, workplace conflicts. They don't read the terms of service, and honestly, most people wouldn't understand them if they did. Research confirms this. Users are genuinely unaware of the trade-offs they're making every time they hit that send button. And that's not a personal failure, it's a policy failure. Because modern AI systems don't just collect the data you give them voluntarily, they're built on surveillance by default. Data collection isn't a feature of these platforms, it's the foundation that they run on. If everyone opted out, those models, they could not function. So these corporations have every incentive to resist meaningful privacy protection. And right now, the DPA gives them very little reason to worry. Here's where the structural problem gets worse. The National Privacy Commission is just one agency. It carries 2 enormous mandates: freedom of information and data privacy enforcement. That's a resource strained by design. Meanwhile, the companies it would need to regulate, OpenAI, Google, Meta, these are global companies. They operate across borders. National enforcement against a borderless AI corporation is a real jurisdictional challenge that the current law simply was not built to handle. So we have a law that predates AI, an underfunded enforcement body, and global tech corporations operating freely in a regulatory gap. That's a national policy issue. So what needs to change? First, the DPA needs to be amended explicitly to cover artificial intelligent data processors and large language models operating in the Philippines. Second, the National Privacy Commission needs a stronger mandate and a bigger budget. One agency can't regulate an entire digital ecosystem on a shoestring. Third, AI platforms operating the Philippine markets should be required to register with the NPC and submit to regular audits. Now fourth, this one matters. Filipinos need AI literacy. People need to understand what they're giving up when they use these tools. Policy protection and public education, they gotta move together. The Data Privacy Act is law. The National Privacy Commission exists. And that foundation matters because unlike many countries still waiting for a starting point, the Philippines already has one. The work now is to build on it, to update it, strengthen it, and make it work for the world we actually live in. AI is already here, but so is this opportunity. With the right policy reforms, Filipino users don't have to choose between innovation and protection. They can have both. The future of data privacy in the Philippines isn't written yet, and that's exactly why it still can be written right.